A messy and potentially disruptive winter system is about to take aim at southern Ontario, and if you have plans from Thursday night into the weekend, you will want to pay very close attention because this storm is bringing snow, rain, and even a risk of freezing rain all in one package. Let us start with the big picture. A developing low-pressure system is tracking towards southern Ontario late Thursday night. As it approaches, it will tap into milder air at first, which means many communities will not begin as snow. Instead, we are looking at a mixed bag, especially closer to Lake Ontario and Lake Erie. By early Friday morning, precipitation begins to move in from west to east. Areas near Sault Ste. Marie will likely start as snow right away, with steady accumulation developing through the morning. Meanwhile, the Greater Toronto area, including Toronto, may begin with rain. Temperatures will be marginally above freezing at first, so roads could just be wet during the early commute, but conditions will deteriorate as colder air slowly works in. Through mid to late morning, that rain in Toronto could begin mixing with wet snowflakes. The key word here is wet. This is not the light fluffy powder that is easy to shovel. This will be moisture-packed heavy snow that sticks to surfaces and weighs down tree branches and power lines. As the system strengthens along a frontal boundary, snowfall rates will increase, especially from Sault Ste. Marie through eastern Ontario, including Prince Edward County. By Friday afternoon, the storm reaches peak intensity. You will notice a corridor of heavier snowfall stretching from Sault Ste. Marie down toward eastern Ontario. In these areas, snowfall rates could briefly become heavy, leading to rapidly reduced visibility and slushy snow-covered roads. Travel during the afternoon could become slow and hazardous, particularly on highways and untreated secondary roads. In southern sections closer to Lake Ontario, there remains the potential for mixed precipitation. Some communities could briefly see freezing rain if surface temperatures hover near the freezing mark while warmer air sits just above the ground. Even a light glaze of ice can create very slippery sidewalks, driveways, and overpasses, so this is something to monitor closely. As we move into Friday evening, colder air begins wrapping in behind the system. This is when most areas transition over to plain snow. The rain changes to snow in Toronto and surrounding regions, and the mixed precipitation risk decreases. Snow continues through the evening and into the overnight hours, though intensity will gradually ease compared to the afternoon peak. By early Saturday morning, many communities across southern and eastern Ontario will be waking up to several centimeters of fresh snow on the ground. Eastern Ontario stands the best chance of seeing totals approaching 10 to 15 centimeters by the time the system pulls away. Localized higher amounts are possible where heavier bands persist the longest. Because this snow will be wet and dense, it will be physically demanding to shovel. Take breaks and avoid overexertion, especially if you have any underlying health concerns. The weight of the snow could also lead to isolated power outages if it accumulates on branches and lines. Heading into the weekend, the system does not simply disappear. Colder air settles in, and lingering moisture combined with northwest winds will generate on and off flurries. While these flurries will not add significant accumulation for most areas, they can still create reduced visibility at times, especially in open rural regions. Temperatures through the weekend will trend colder compared to Friday morning. That means any slush left behind will refreeze overnight, leading to icy patches each morning. Drivers and pedestrians should remain cautious even after the main storm has ended.